So the Illinois Orchid Society gives out a prize for the growers who bring in the most plants and earn the most points. So we assign points to our placement of orchids at shows and at our monthly show table based on how well they do. So a first place orchid at our show table gets 5 points, and it gets 10 points if I send it to an away show. And then second place gets, I believe, first place gets 10 points on our monthly show table, and it gets 20 points at an away show. And then second place gets 5 points, or double that, 10 points at an away show. And so we handed out the yearly awards at this month's society meeting at Natt, and for the first time ever, I had the most points for a windowsill grower, and that came with a wonderful gift certificate for Natt's, and I was there, so I used my winnings, quote unquote, to buy some new orchids. And so I'm just going to show you my haul. So for my hard work at growing and then showing people my plants, I got 4 new ones to share with everybody. I have this one right here, which is Cattleya intermedia Cerulean by Intermedia Cerulean Blue Freckles. I actually believe that I owned this orchid a few years ago as a seedling, and it didn't take in semi-hydroponics. Sometimes it's very hard to establish seedlings in semi-hydroponics, and so it's better to establish them when they're a little bit older. But back then I had gotten the seedling and I put it right into semi-hydroponics, and it didn't take. So this cross is supposed to, some of them, not all of them, it's blue. It's a blue intermedia, and then it has blue spots. And I asked both Prayul and Angeli if this had blue spots, and Prayul wasn't too sure, but he thought maybe, and Angeli was like, yes, it has blue spots. So I got this one. It's a very nice plant. And then I got a Brassia Rex. Now I have a Rex gene, and this is Rex Saccata. Now, as far as I know, Rex Saccata is not variegated, but this one has variegated leaves, and I just have a weakness for variegated plants. So I got this one, not for the flowers, but for the variegation. Now it's a little bit weaker, and this is very small for a Brassia Rex. Like my Rex gene is like, I don't know, the pseudobulbs are, that much bigger. So, it is weak and wimpy, but part of that is due to the variegated leaves. It's just going to be a weaker grower. So hopefully, unlike that variegated Cattleya that I got from Carter's Home, which is dead now because, of course, I repotted and put it into semi-hydro as a seedling in the middle of winter. I was basically just trying to murder it, obviously. This one I'm going to put into moss, and we'll try to baby it a little bit. Okay, so what else did I get? So you saw this one in the video. This is Oncidium Phymatochyllum. It's a mule ear. If you look at it, it's one of the mule ear Oncidiums. So I don't know if it's been re-identified as something else, but I'm calling it a mule ear Oncidium, and it has these little curly flowers. It's just so adorable, and they had a big one that was in bloom there, but I got this one for me, and I'm gonna have to water it a lot. And I got a Zygopetalum Advance Australia. This has, it's in bud. They had ones in bloom, but I wanted to enjoy my flowers longer, so I got this one that's in bud. And now the thing about zygos is that a lot of the new hybrids, like the Rhine Harlequin, the Rhine Moonlight, they're not very scented. And I've been looking for one with a lot of macchiae in it that was scented. Now this doesn't have any macchiae in the background, but I did smell the ones that were in bloom there, and they were pretty scenty, very floral. So I got it. So those are my 4 plants that I purchased with my winnings from getting first place this year for the iOS. So, you know, just a quick show I took with me today to judging the Hula How, I think, or How Hula Volcano Queen that's right here. I took my Atropine by Cordillera, which is right here. And I took my Sturatiana Sogo, which is inside. And finally, I don't know where I put it. I have 2 extra new plants. Are they in the garage? They're in the garage still. So one of the iOS members brought me a Habanera Medusa. Grows award-winning ones. I believe his Roticella's on the cover of Orchids magazine this month. And Terry, let's see this, brought me a Volcano Trick Fireball right here. And it's already in semi-hydro. I don't even have to transfer it. It's got a new growth right there. So I bought plants. It was like a great meeting.